On the morning of November 23rd, 1887, after the state militia had gone, after the tensions had been building for several days, 2 sentries supposed to keep people out of Thibodaux and keep people from leaving Thibodaux. And right before dawn on the morning of November 23rd, somebody shot them and wounded them. And we don't know who. And then at that point, that is when the alarm went out. The Negroes are having an uprising. People took to the streets with guns, and they began shooting people. We know absolutely now, we didn't know this a couple of years ago, but we know it now, that yes, people were pulled out of their houses. We don't know how many people died. The conservative estimate has got to be between 30 and 60, but we do know this. Pastor Rhodes from Moses Baptist Church, he said in documents that we were able to retrieve that the shooting in Thibodaux went on for 2.5 hours. There was no more strife. People went back to work, and the priest from the church here in town, the Catholic priest, he wrote in his diary that 1887 was one of the best harvests they ever had. What do we do with this? What do we do with this knowledge of this atrocity that occurred? 130 years is not that long ago. But this event was erased from generational memory. This event is something that was meant by people, and I might add what I've learned over the time of doing all this research, by folks black and white, has wanted to be forgotten. It needs reconciliation. I have talked to people whose families were on the bad side of this, the shooting side of this. And some of those people that I've spoken to have basically said, well, no, I didn't know all that you're telling me about the details of this. And they said, what can I say about it? What can I do? I have spoken to people who are related to people that we discovered were killed, and I asked the family of Grant Conrad, who was 19 years old when he was shot and killed that morning in front of his father, who survived, but was shot 4 times and wounded, in front of his uncle, Marcelin Weldon, who was gunned down as he tried to run away. I asked that family, who just recently learned that they are part of this history, and I asked them, what can be offered to you? We have this project. We believe we know where they are. We've gotten help from University of Louisiana Lafayette. They have a public archaeology lab, and they are willing to come and do the work of locating these people in the area we believe them to be. And the project from there on goes to removing those people, and we would have them brought to ULL. Plans are hopefully that there will be a DNA bank, so that people who live here now, who may be descended from some of these people, might be able to know if they are related to them. And most importantly, any of those people that are found are going to be returned to Thibodaux so that they can be laid to rest in a loving, caring way by one community, by everybody coming to that funeral, and that they be laid to rest in sacred ground. And that hopefully, if all segments of this community come together to help with this project, then we can, from this very shameful past, say, we have found a way for a community to reconcile with itself. We have found a way that ugly history can't be undone. The history cannot be undone. But it can be made right. And it is the least that we can do as a community for those people who worked so hard so long ago and died. Hopefully we can help our community to do a good and wonderful thing. Thank you very, very much.